It's time for Living Dead Weekend 2025, the October edition, Monroeville Mall. Well, it's Living Dead Weekend again. Back here at the Monroeville Mall. 2 Living Dead weekends in a year. I love this mall. I mean, nothing just makes you feel like you're in the movie like than being here. This is where you have to have Living Dead Weekend. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna talk to some people, talk about the mall, fond memories and our hopes for the future, and let's keep doing our best to keep this mall going. And the best thing you can do is don't shop at Walmart. Hurry and do your shopping, but not at Walmart. You do it here. Look who it is.
Right on, baby! Woo!
Here. Steel Man is here.
Living Dead Weekend, brother. Oh, yeah. The Steel Man is in the house. Woo!
All right. Yeah, we're here. Well, a few hours ago, do you hear anything about what they're doing, Monroeville?
Monroeville?
That'd be at Walmart.
Well, 2027, that something's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be around next year. It's going to be around in 2026. We're going to have another Living Dead Weekend. This is off the books, So there will be at least one more, But you should get here. You should get here for this fall one. This one's going to be awesome. They got tons of awesome things planned. Get on down here. Oh, yeah. You got to come to a Living Dead Weekend in your lifetime. That's for sure. If you miss out on that, come on now. What the hell? What the hell were you alive for?
We live to be living dead at the Monroeville Mall.
Yes, you have to try that out. You have to try that out at least once in your lifetime. Living Dead Weekend. You should be here, baby. Monroeville Mall, the site of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Awesome. Get on down here.
Oh,
come
yeah.
on. What?
Well, let's go ahead and get inside here. Autumn leaves, gray skies. It's chilly. The sound of that engine, I can just imagine the scene where they're blocking off the entrances in Dawn of the Dead. I mean, it's chilly out. This is how it felt. It must have been how it felt. It's Pennsylvania, isn't it? Oh, this is beautiful. This mall needs to be preserved. And we have a fan here,
Howdy, Brian.
Brian.
Yes.
Well, so how many years in a row have you done this?
This is my 7th year.
Since 2000.
2018?
That's when I started.
Yeah, that's when I actually got into it.
Oh, so he's a veteran at the same status I'm at. So, well, what is your, my buddy and I, we are planning on probably making a documentary on the Monroeville Mall. What's your favorite memory of the Monroeville Mall in general? Not just the convention, I mean whatever it is.
More like the friendly atmosphere and like the history of this place is like amazing. With like the start of the zombies and everything else. That's why it's like one of the most famous places to come to for zombies.
Oh yeah, I mean, this place, I hope it can be preserved. There's like, the fate of the mall hangs in the balance, hangs by a thread. Hopefully something miraculous happens and it's preserved. The mission is paid for. That's my WGONID. So let's get the party started. Let's go. Hey, Courtney. Yeah. Get ready to see what they got.
Phil's over there. Dean and Phil are over
Oh, yeah.
there. John's in the back.
Awesome. Well, I gotta take a look around here. Yeah, I'll see you around.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Okay.
What's up, bro? Pretty good, honey. You are? Yeah. That's a lot of my people doing. It's like
Hey, George.
Yeah, dude, George. You know, this ain't Living Dead weekend if I don't get an autograph from the machete zombie himself.
Okay, hold on. Where's my black? Here he is.
You got better handwriting than me.
I'm just printing. I want people to be able to read it, you know, which
Even your printing though. I'm a lefty, so I do like slant.
is that true?
It's what true?
See, I even draw a machete on there for you.
Oh yeah.
Little bloody.
Splatter.
Yeah, it's got to be there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, George.
Yeah, you're welcome. Definitely plan to be up here tomorrow too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Let
thank
me know
you.
if you want to do something. I'll give you a sound bite.
Yeah, because my buddy Todd and I, we have some plans. If you're up for it. So
I'll do it.
yeah.
Come back, see. Hasta mañana.
Awesome,
Or
manana.
later.
Later. Yeah.
Take your pick.
Okay. Well,
All
I'll
right.
be around.
Thanks, George.
You too.
Take
George. Yeah. Getting a copy of the original draft for Dawn of the Dead.
Ready?
Yeah.
She came back to the fifth one. Our eyes machine, that had the bad actor. The one with Christian Bale was pretty cool. I didn't like Jansen because they got different actors. I didn't care for that. Dr. Fate was good though. They did the island. I'm not a fan of the will. What are they going to call it? Maybe one more.
Yeah, very beautiful handwriting.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. Got a copy of the script here. And, oh, so has everything been good? Everything's been good?
great.
Oh, that's great, yeah. Yeah, we're hoping that mall stands is what we're hoping for.
I think the mall is going to stand for another year anyhow.
Oh, I hope. I mean, it's,
I'm hearing
they,
2027.
yeah, they say it's a 50-50 chance that might make it.
Yeah.
So we gotta,
But it's been good to all of us, that's for sure.
I know, I mean, I've done this since 2018. I've been up here doing this since 2018. It's like this, I mean, this is just, yeah, I mean, it's like, I know these people, I know you, I know so many. I love it, man. It's like, I just want to see it stand though, because I mean, I hate to put on Dawn of the Dead and think that's not there anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You might have to show somewhere else.
Well,
The show might go somewhere else, so
hopefully, I
wherever
mean,
it goes, we'll all go.
and let's hope let's hope something good does happen and ends up staying here, you know, because that's what I'm hoping for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But thank you very much. Enjoy the script.
I will,
Sure
thank you.
will. And,
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
My name is Cody Rook. I'm a practical effects artist, and we're here at Living Dead Weekend, and this is my booth right here. And if you want to kind of hop over on front, I'll show you some really cool stuff here. So we got some.
Shrunken heads?
I love that.
Oh. We got more over here. Oh, the tongue moves. Oh. Hey, baby, how about a French kiss? Yeah. Hey, what was that? Stillborn. What is this? An extraterrestrial, a
This is just
zombie?
like a gross mutant, Living Dead child.
Another shrunken head? Oh, bunch
And
of...
since it's Return of the Living Dead kind of themed, I did a Tarman version and a punk rock version.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have, where'd you get these heads from? What jungle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Forbidden one.
Oh, so that's off limits, huh? Yeah. Oh, so is this your first time at Living Dead Weekend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, get a load of this stuff, man. Lost Boy. That doesn't look like Kiefer Sutherland, man. Yeah, bottom feeder. Oh, Mummy. Is that a mummy or is that just
That's actually from a film that we worked on last year. She's just here for comedic relief. And,
yeah, pretty.
this Lost Boy, I call it Lost Boy, but it's basically like my play on Jason.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, so it's like your version.
It's my version of Jason.
Yeah, so it's not the original, it's just like your take on it.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Because I've always loved the original design of Jason.
yeah. Yeah, Tom Savini's version, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though.
Thank you so much.
It kind of looks like his version and the Derek Mears version.
Yeah,
Oh, nine.
a little bit.
Because he had no pigment in his one eye.
Yeah,
In fact, he kind of looked like Sloth in
a
that
little
version.
bit. Yeah. I'm partial to milky eyes, if you can see in some of the zombies.
Yeah. Oh, this is really cool. I got a
Thank
card
you so
here.
much.
Hey, and we'll see you around, okay?
Yeah, take care. Have fun.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, so. And what have we here?
Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is my craft-a-scene Halloween jack-o'-lantern. I can't even talk. Halloween craft-a-scene jack-o'-lantern diorama. So it's the little characters that you cut out and put on toothpicks, and then you stick them inside of your jack-o'-lantern. So here's some trick-or-treaters. There's some mummies, and a mummy scene in there.
Oh, I see him.
And then there's a bunch of different kinds. So there's a Night of the Living Dead ghoul attack that's officially licensed.
Ah, that looks just like the last scene when they break in, now. There's Johnny,
Yeah,
Jill
there's-
Heinzman.
Yeah, there's a couple others in there. Ella Mae's in there and her husband, and Sharon Carroll.
That's that zombie party they had.
Yeah, Ghoul Attack. And then this is a parody of some different Pittsburgh things. So it's a Yinzo lantern. So there's Ham, the chip chop ham. There's Packet, the ketchup packet. And Arn, the zombie juice there. There's Manny, the permani sandwich. But of course we don't call it permanis.
Oh,
And here's a
Yins and Jaguars.
yeah. I got a
Oh, it's
the
okay.
partner one's a jack-o'-lantern. So here's some kind of sports-related characters, and you
Yeah.
got the point there. And
Yeah.
over on the right-hand side, there's ridges and inclines there.
Incline. Oh yeah, is it? Oh yeah,
the other
on
side,
there.
the other
Oh,
side
this
of
side.
the-
Oh yeah, there's the incline.
And the bridge. I don't think Kennywood's in this one, but I have Kennywood in the other one.
Oh, this is a Yins Romania, huh?
Yeah, right. And then a couple other ones are spiders, there's a spider nest, and zombie rising.
Wow.
And they're just kids' crafts or adults' crafts. You basically cut out the seams and tape them to toothpicks and put them in your jack-o'-lantern.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing on my channel recently. I carved 3 jack-o'-lanterns. I do this every time.
Nice.
I put a banana peel in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up. You know,
I'll do that.
I did one where I was for about 45 minutes just carving a jack-o'-lantern and talking about Monroeville Mall and the Walmart issue. And then we had this. Every episode, I put a banana peel in the mouth.
Okay.
That's your
thing.
That's my thing.
Okay,
You know
cool.
me. That's my thing.
Cool.
I'm starting to associate the taste of bananas with Halloween time,
I mean, I love bananas too. So
and it's just like I don't eat them all the time, but like I will eat one, and I will be eating one every a few actually every October. So
it's a good source for potassium.
it is. Yeah.
But thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
checking out
welcome,
my craft-a-scene jack-o'-lantern dioramas.
Bounce back and forth a little bit. Here's all B. Let's go ahead and check out what they got. There could be anything in there. And what's your name?
Dave.
Dave. Oh, wait, Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
We finally get to meet because I saw you video on back in June and I wanted to introduce myself.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I have so many friends from these conventions on Facebook,
Yeah.
I forget who's who. But yeah, I'm just going around trying to get some stuff here to film you B-roll, talk to some people.
Right.
You know, I do every year, you know. I
Right.
mean, it's just...
Because I was trying to catch you that Friday and that's when I saw you were busy doing Steelman and all that. So
Yeah.
I
I just
figured
got done-
eventually I'd introduce myself.
Yeah, I just got done talking with Steelman, so we're gonna... so I'm gonna be here today. I plan to be here tomorrow, too.
Okay.
Yeah, so, lots of, I guess.
My wife was with me, but she's buying lunch.
Oh,
She wants a demon shirt.
a Dean shirt, yeah.
Have you met Miguel?
Miguel, no, I know of him.
Yeah, he's oh my god.
Yeah, he was in Tour of Duty, Return of the Living Dead, Friday
Yeah.
the 13th, Part 5, Carnosaur 2.
Scooby-Doo, Joanna Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a list.
That Tim Allen movie, For Richer or Poor, wasn't he in that?
That one I don't believe.
Maybe
That
I'm
one I
thinking
don't
something
know.
else. I can't recall.
Miguel wasn't in. He's filming, by the way. This is George. And he was asking if Miguel was in For Richer or Poor with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley. I don't believe he was.
No, I don't think he was.
Because that was all Amish community
Yeah.
based movie.
Yeah, I thought he was a cop or something. It's been years since.
Oh, wait. Yes, he was.
He was a
He was an FBI agent.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew something was right
That
there.
would click with me the minute you said cop. I'm like, yes, he was the FBI agent. Because he was afraid, because what's his face was going a little too far.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I knew he was in that.
Yeah. That is a great movie too.
Having fun? Both ends having fun?
Oh, having a blast.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, I'm going to be around today, and I'm going to be here tomorrow, too, so
All right. Well,
Definitely.
see you. We'll catch up with you then.
awesome.
Yep. Definitely catch you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, dig this. They have a Living Dead Museum annex here at this exhibit hall. So check it out. Got an annex. In addition, we got more stuff in here. Hey. And now here I am in the main museum. Yeah. Always reminded me of Roger, but Roger's in the other exhibit, the annex. Just reminds me of Roger. I don't know why. Hey, Trooper. Now we remember Mr. Heinzman.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, for whatever cause,
Original can lights I use.
to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation.
Just gonna come back through here. I hope this isn't the last. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm really just hoping that the miracle happens, the best happens, and it stays standing. And there he is, Flyboy. The only thing I think can make this exhibit better is if he's an animatronic who moves. Other than that, it's just awesome. That's the original elevator. Right now we're looking at, I'm standing in front of movie history. And, you know, it just, I thought that there's a chance this mall may not be here. This is part of what makes Pittsburgh great. This mall, man, it's our monument, man. It's a hot spot. It's sacred. Let's go ahead and take a look around. They're don the bad SWAT team uniform. Jim Crut. Headpiece there. There's the old airport building. They did have to tear that down. Of course, we had black mold. See, I have tried to preserve it. Ooh, check that out. Radios. Old school. Furnace. I don't really need spam. I don't like that stuff, but still, it's, you know, iconic. Don't knock it, Scott's own key. It doesn't. Maybe that one done, but, let's keep looking. There we go. Old school. Old TVs, how they use in the movie. Dummies. 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 Awesome. When there's no more room in hell, then they will rock Pittsburgh. Goblin, December 6th. Check out. The 8-ball must have some demon horns there. was in 2019 when they recreated that. I wasn't there, but I remember it. George Romero there. Original props, look at that. Wow, look at that. Some autograph on that. G.A. Romero, George Romero autographed that. Little ice skating rink. It's not a food court. Screen used. J.C. Penney ceiling lights. Look at that. Oh. I got that copy of Dawn of the Dead on VHS. It's loaded with autographs. That orange one right there. There's some TV studio light using the TV segments. Dawn of the Dead film at WPGH 53. Look at that. That's the lights they use in the opening scene then. They get up and kill. The people it kills get up and kill. Easter egg, Terrifier 3, screen used microphone, screen WGON Easter egg to Dawn of the Dead. I haven't seen Terrifier 3 yet. There's Giovanni there. Let's check out the next room here. We all remember here the Evil Dead 2 room. It's the original barn there. Ash's hand, stop motion armature. Look at that. Stop motion hand armature used to animate Bruce Campbell's severed hand was originally created to animate Ted Danson's severed hand in an unused segment for George A. Romero's Creep Show. Oh, so that was going to be used for Creep Show. But that's what they made Bruce Campbell's hand move with. Check that out. And the boomstick. The chainsaw. There we go. Iconic. Oh, what's this? Pages. Play it. Someone off some dead heights. That might not be a good idea. So, that might, we know what happened. Jim Crud up there. See how maybe a King Foray. There's Sharon Cicciotti, Nurse Zombie. Let's see. There's Mike Christopher. Mike Christopher, Merry Christmas on me. I died at the Monroeville Mall. There's Dave Endy. There's Galen Ross. Tom Savini. Say goodbye, Craig. here we go. Original elevator. The J.C. Penney Monroeville Mall. Original escalator, side panel, base trim, and steps, as seen in Dawn of the Dead. Oh, I love that logo. Here we have the security guard zombie. His leg looks a little funny, but I had to fit him in there. And check that out. Waterfall. Oh, there's... Oh, Spencer Gifts. Is that in the movie? I have to check that out. Shop called East Carlton's Dissipation Maternity. I remember that one. Skate sharpening, skate rental, skate sharpening and skate rental. Rupp Sporting Goods. Ice Palace Coffee. A little miniature Monroeville Mall here. Look at that. J.C. Penney. This is Penny's back then. Oh. Get your blood pressure tested. There's a big guy in the bathing suit. Yeah, there's the clock tower. Attention all shoppers. Well, fun facts. How to get a screenshot of this. You get a still photo of that. I'll have to look at that later. Let's check this room out here. Mindhunter set decor. Mindhunter. And this is from Mindhunter here. What we got here? This is all from Mindhunter in here. I haven't actually seen Mindhunter yet. Can you believe that? All the horror movies I've seen, I haven't seen Mindhunter. Here we go. Here's a favorite. Some of the zombies are now in the other exhibit. It's usually a little more crammed in here. But they do got Bub, Paul Musser, and Michael Jackson there. And that one there. That's another one. That zombie there, the gobble. I haven't seen that one. I know of it, but I still haven't seen the movie. But wait, there's more. Crazies. And of course, there's more. Here's Night Riders. Screen used. Look at that. Where's my cake? Played by John Amplis. This guy, he was played by a puppet. Made by Tom Savini. doors and the crazies. Check out George Mary's filmography. All the way at 2009. Beginning in 1954. And the last three. Last three of the Living Dead movies. Stay Scared, George A. Romero. It's Land of the Dead. Diary of the Dead. And Survival of the Dead. One more room here. What's this? Yeah, we're in here. Now the Dead. Production costume glass. Yeah, see, how many shopping malls do you know have stuff like this in it? And this is great. This mall must stay erected. It has to stand. Well, actually there is one more. There's a remake of Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead. Sponsors. Yeah. I bet there's a stairwell. The hidden stairwell. I'll bet it's right behind that door, man. Yeah, all them, handprints, that tells you something. Someone's been trying to break in there. It's in there. That's a hidden stairway in there, I'm telling you. The whole bunch of us will, get that busted down, we'll find it. We'll find them survivors up there.
I think you're filming.
Oh, that's okay. He just went in there. I told you. He just went in there. The stairway. There's a stairwell in there. I knew it. That's where the hidden stairwell is, right there. I knew it. Oh, I knew it. The secret's out. He went in there. There's a hidden stairwell in there. The bigger reason to be here at Living Dead Weekend. For the first time on my show, I am going to take the Dawn of the Dead tour. I've been wanting to see this since I started coming up here, and I'm finally going to go see the tour. I can't wait to see all the hot spots, all the locations, stuff that I haven't seen before, stuff that I probably didn't even know exists. But I'm going to see it. That's the thrill of it all right now. Get ready. We're going on the tour.
You can stay right there.
We should have all followed.
Just follow them.
You're not leaving us, man. Stay.
Who's the baby's
All right, everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
What? All right. It's always a smart ass, but that's fine. I like hecklers. I like it. It makes things fun.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know by now, my name is Lawrence D. Vincent, okay? I work for the Living Dead Weekend. I am a George Romero historian, expert, big-time collector. I collect everything from his films, memorabilia, like press photos, scripts, posters, everything you could possibly imagine, props, you name it, I collect it. And I've done this for a long time. So you're gonna wonder, maybe you won't wonder at this point, that why am I giving the tour? Why is this guy, Larry D. Vincent? My name is on the program, I'm on social media. Why is he doing the tour? Well, it's like I said, I'm an expert. I have studied the movie. I have studied every inch of the mall. And like I said earlier, it was for me. It wasn't for any reason to do tours or anything like that. I just wanted to know because I'm a big fan and I love these movies, especially Dawn of the Dead. So that's why I do the tours. And you'll see as the tour goes on, I do know what I'm talking about, and there are reasons why you will see this. I will point out certain things that do match the movie. There's a lot that doesn't match the movie because there have been major renovations over the years. So I will show you, and you have to use your imagination a tiny bit, but then there are certain things that still do match, and I point them out. Okay, so that's the introduction. Thank you all for coming to the Living Dead Weekend and my tour. And I'm going to do little reenactments as we go along, where I sort of do some stunts even, and I say some of the dialogue, and hopefully I get it right. I'm terrible with dialogue, but it is Dawn of the Dead. I have seen it so many times. I should have the lines down by now. And I've done so many tours here too, so I should have them down. But once in a while, it gets a little iffy. But I do what I can. So, in the movie, of course. Oh, take your programs, open them up. So we're going to go across the program, top row. Next row, next row, next row, next row, so on and so forth until we get to the back. And I'm going to point out all these things and you can match them to what you see in real life. And I talk about other things too, not just these pictures. So of course, this right here is one of the most recognizable parts of the mall still from what you see in the movie. We call it, the biker entrance, or it's the loading docks in the movie and whatnot. All the bikers come down the hill over here. We'll see it better when we get to the end of the tour, but they come down over there, this like slanted road, they come down and they drive all the motorcycles or ride them all around here. Zombies are all crowded around out here. in the movie. The second set of doors that they block off with a truck would be these set of doors here. So you would see the truck back up and go against these glass doors. A lot of shots in the movie are all out in this parking lot. Out there, you see views from up top there, zombies out here. A lot of the movie zombie shots are all out here. And then we're gonna come to over here, my first little bit of a reenactment. And it actually works better now because they've eliminated a lot of the shrubs and foliage that was around here. Sometimes it's blocked, but you're gonna see real good. So following along, you'll see on the program, there's a zombie by a wall in the second photograph. Okay, so that happens. It's right here. You can match some of the stonework and such. So of course, that happens in the movie where the bikers come and they're shooting at the zombies, and they shoot this one, and he gets shot and he falls back like this. Hits the ground. The stunts get better, but it happens right here, and you can match these stunts.
May I kiss that stone?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm on a pilgrimage, man. All right, I won't grocery. I won't kiss. I'll just.
But while you do that, we're gonna move inside. I'm sorry, but people are cold. Everybody come in behind me, and then I'll turn around and talk to you. Everybody come in. So like I said, all through the movie you see a lot of shots of zombies out in the parking lot and at these actual glass doors. They have been refurbished over here, so not the original glass doors, but you would see them outside, you know, clawing to get in. You see many zombies like the one bumping his belly against the glass there in his shorts. And you can match even the brickwork and everything behind this shot. Would have been right over here. Of course, the end of following the things in the movie. Yeah, lots of set of doors in the shop. And then when you come driving the car through the wall, this is the first set of doors in the shop. So the car would come down the hallway, and it would come directly through here, to the car over there, and then Stephen and Peter would go over here and knock on the door, set the alarm, which would have been situated on the wall right here. Of course, the bikers all come in through this entrance. They open up those glass doors, and they all stream into the mall through these doors. So we're all this way.
That was heavy.
I'm sure you all recognize this, right?
Yeah. What model was the car?
It was a Volkswagen Scirocco. If I'm saying it right, yes. Volkswagen. So of course I explained it to you earlier out there that, you know, I've studied every inch of the mall. And what I did to really figure out where the original stores were and to confirm everything that I thought, what I did was I took an original store directory from say 78 or so. And you have, you know, it lists where all the stores were, you know, at that time when they filmed the movie. And what I did was I would look at the background of all the shots of, you know, specific scenes in the movie, and I would take that directory and I would write on the directory, number 1 is where Roger was buried. Number 2 is where the car was that they take to drive through the mall. And I did that for all the important spots on that original mall directory. And then I compared it to a modern day directory. So I compared them and transferred the numbers to where they correspond in the modern day directory. So then I know where everything happened. So that's how I put it together. So of course behind me, this is where the fountain used to be. You'll remember in the movie the bikes come in down there and they ride all around the fountain and they start going into the mall. Then we move over here. When the movie was made, there were no escalators here. There were only escalators in the center of the mall. We'll get there soon. And there were sets of stairs at either end. You can see them in the movie. So where Auntie Anne's is, just beyond it, that's where the first set of stairs was. So you can go up and down at some different levels. There were no escalators at the end. Now, this photo isn't in the program, so I'm going to describe it to you. If you've been any of the tables to some of the celebrity guests from Dawn of the Dead, or you've seen a photo online, there's a cast and crew photo out there. The entire cast and crew is in black and white. They're all wearing Dawn of the Dead t-shirts, okay? Where you guys are standing right here, they took that photo right here. And then, if you're like me, you match things up, and you can match the patterns on the marble columns that are behind them and in the distance. On both sides, you can match the patterns on the columns.
That's dedication.
Yeah, and then at the bottom of that photo, you can see, if you see the full photo, cast and crew, you see the rounded edge of the fountain, like right at the front and the bottom of the photo. So they would have been all stood right here. So let's move over here. So everybody come behind me over here. You can all come in behind me here and I'll turn around and talk to you. And this is the next thing in the program. There's the hero shot in black and white. Come behind me. Come behind me. So, you see that black and white photo of the heroes, you know, about to go on the hunt? That they would have been stood right about where I am, okay? And the reason you can figure that out is not only because of the stores that are beside them, but if you look at the tip of Galen's rifle, I believe, you can match up the pattern on that marble column up here. So it's so visible, but yeah, right above the same rifle, you can match the pattern on that column. It's right there. So they would have been stood right here. So let me move over here. Yep. Okay. I am not doing that stunt. Somebody has to say that all the time. That would have been right here. You can match up that middle part and the middle. Of course, when you study the mall, the stores up there in the background are where it happened. We would have done that here. And it's have any of you seen documentaries called Document of the Dead? Okay? In that documentary, you see how performing the stunt. The first time he did it, he actually, his foot went off the edge of the box and slammed on the ground, and he was injured for a few weeks. And had to get crutches. So, and of course, the shot wasn't filmed properly, so we had to do the stunt again. At least 2 more times, and then that's what you see in Document of the Dead, where he successfully does the stunt jumping off the top of the big pile of box. And it's a match. And you see cameraman Michael Gordon up again here where the box is there, and he's filming. And then if you have Ian to keep it on, Brent, I've done a lot of shots in the movie. What you see is not that view of the right point here. The footage does not match up, so you have to do it another time because I've done the matchup and you have to take your photo right about here to get the proper angle. So Tom had to do it at least 3 times. Also in the movie, you'll remember one of the bikers, he wheels the sledgehammer. They call him Sledge, played by Tassos Stavrakis. At one point, he takes a rope and flag and he swings off the top and he comes down under here, jumps off, lands, and fights the zombies. First time he did this stunt, he actually swung too fast too hard and he hit the ceiling under there, fell down, and of course the take didn't work. Luckily, he was not injured and he did the stunt again. And that's what you see in the movie. A lot of stuff happens on the bottom floor here, more than the top, so it takes a little bit of time. And then we have security. I haven't seen security yet, so we can get to the control room. I just have to make sure it's open. I don't want to go back there and have to wait. Another thing that happened in this very spot, you'll remember in the movie, the character of Fran, played by Galen Ross. She's pregnant, and then you see her at one point sitting on a bench smoking a cigarette. Of course, these days we would be very against that. That bench would have been right over here, right along here where I'm standing, okay? And then beyond her, in the distance, you would see the store, Anticipation Maternity store would be right there. Over here. That's right here, and I'll get to that in a second. Alright, come closer. So you should see the next photo in the program is a shot of Flyboy, Steven. Okay. Steven would have been situated right here in this entrance of this store. So Flyboy would be right where I am, and if you look behind him in the distance, you can see the patterns on those 2 columns. So Flyboy is where I'm standing, and behind him you can match the patterns on those columns. So at the time of filming, this was called cheese board, and that's where you see the scene happen here where Steven grabs a little loaf of bread or something and he shows it to Peter. And then Peter grabs a big ass loaf, pardon the language, of maybe rye bread or something, and he says, "Manja!" And they start laughing. It would have been right here at the edge of the store. Interesting fact though, this very spot here would have also been where the gun store was in the movie. There was not an actual gun store in the mall at the time. But when you see the view out of the gun store, you have the guys supposedly inside the gun store, the view is outside of the cheese board, and I know because the stores you can see in the background of that shot would match up what will be over here, and I think it would have been Foremarked. So this is also, the gates would have been looking out of the gun store. That actual gun store was in East Liberty section of Pittsburgh. It's a suburb, and it was called Firearms Unlimited. Now this gentleman was just asking a second about, well, when Tom jumped off the roof, off the balcony to this floor, it looked like he fell on some sort of pond. Well, it was actually a small sort of rectangular pond that was right behind the Venezuelan aliens that he wanted to cigarette. What they did was they showed him go off the second floor, and they did a little movie trickery. So Tom would have been stood on a ladder or something, and he just did a jump into that rectangular pond thing, fountain thing, right out here. So it just when he fell into it, but he would have just jumped off backwards. Moving along over here. So, a lot of you may know the movie very well. If you don't, this will still make sense. There is a shot during the biker raid of the movie where you see a hand holding a gun shooting at Peter as he runs upstairs. That actual hand is the hand of director George Romero himself. And there is a famous behind-the-scenes photo of them filming that. You have cameraman, you have George standing there with his arm up and the gun, and the cameraman Michael Gornick beside him and assistant camera person Tom Davinsky. That would have taken place right here, and of course I've done the matchups to patterns on the marble columns. Over the years, I've had a lot of time here, and I actually worked here on a TV series called A League of Their Own in 2021. And I did I spent hours and hours and hours here matching up patterns on the marble columns to shots and photos from the making of the movie and the movie itself. And I did exact photo recreations where I would go find the spot, match the marble pattern, and I would get the exact angle and photo of what you see in the movie or behind the scenes photos. And I did so many of them, and I've studied this place for real. It's not a joke, it's not a lie. So that hand shooting at Peter would have been right here. George Romero. So the next photo you see in the program, you see that biker I mentioned earlier, played by Tasos Stavrakis. He's known as Sledge in the movie. As Peter's up in the ceiling, he starts firing and he shoots him in the back as in the back of the motorcycle. He would have fell right about over here, matched up again, marble patterns on the top, and this is Peter. So the camera would be behind me, and this is where Sledge would have been laid, right about here. But the next shot is super cool. You see the hand on the floor, okay? Come behind me a little bit right here. So, stand on there and look down. I'm going to lay on the ground for you. This is the exact spot where he got torn up and his hand's on the ground right here. So I'm going to lay down. Hey, how about if I have a zombie to tear me apart? Somebody, anybody?
Yeah.
Let's come over here. So, I'm Sledge. I'm getting torn apart by the zombies. Tear me apart. And everybody it's a feast scene. Everybody's getting torn apart. Thank you, George. And his hand is right here. So the camera would be right here where my hand is looking down. So you're in the wrong area to get that exact angle, but his hand would have been right here, and you can match the patterns on the ground. Angle down like this. That was fun to find years ago. But I did find that spot specifically for the tour, because I knew it would blow people away. Like, I gotta find that spot. And how I did it was, I knew there had to be this thicker line in the shot, like you see in the program, and also a thinner one. And I knew it would be in this general area, so I just looked around until I found it. So we're gonna move over here. All right. It sounds all crazy if I have it too close to the amplifier. So, you'll remember in the movie, during the biker raid, there is the, what we call the machete zombie played by Lenny Lees, okay? At one point, Tom Savini's riding on a motorcycle, and that zombie accidentally just grabs him, and Tom Savini falls off the motorcycle. That would have been right through here. Tom would have been, machete zombie right here. Tom gets pulled off the motorcycle, and then he gets up, okay? And he's going towards the zombie who's sitting on the ground. George, get down there now. So he walks up, and you see in the shot behind him, you can see a doorway, okay? So, no, on your knees. Of course, on this whole tour, take as many photos as you want. You can video it, whatever, you're free to do it. So, he walks up and he's like, he takes his machete out of his boot and he says, "Say goodbye, creep." You grab my knee. Happens right here. Takes it out and then he runs away. Happens right here. So now we're gonna go back to the control room, okay? It's through this very doorway. And hopefully my security has opened it for us. They should be prepared. Hello. Just stay here, George. Make sure everybody comes down the hallway. Come down the hallway. Don't go in anywhere yet. We're all gonna be excited to see this.
That is so funny.
All right, like I said earlier, there are two or three bottleneck spots where I cycle people through, but I want you all to get a chance to see the control room and take a photo by. So we'll take a little bit of time. So this is a great spot. All right, we're gonna start cycling in some people. Come on in, Andy. We're gonna take you guys to right about here. Stay right here. You can take photos, video. Don't go any further than here.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So it's like this. Yes. Yes.
All right.
And there's a lot of computer.
That's the kind of stuff that I actually did instead of engineering work. That's the stuff I designed.
Okay, yeah. You stay there. Okay, I'm going to do that.
This is just too awesome. Look at that.
Everybody right now, take photos here, take selfies, you know, give you a second if you want to take a photo with yourself in the control room. I got plenty to say in here too. All right, don't touch anything. All right. As you can see, that's the original Johnson Control Center panel you see in the movie. It's locked, you can't go in there. But how about a little music? Might come to the noise meter. Might as well have power and everything. We might need it. I got the words right. So, of course, Peter and Roger are there. And Roger's in the back and he finds something. Keys to the kingdom. What do you know? 15 upper, 15 lower. When I come back here, though, through the back hallway, sometimes I feel a little lost, but then I remember something. Some sort of a passageway for access. I saw it on the map. We can get out of here. So this is the exact map that Flyboy finds in the movie. I mean, it's not the one they used, but it's a replica. And you all get a copy of it as we leave the control room here over there. You all get a copy of it. Thank you. So you want to move over here for a second? Everybody come over here. Come on over here.
I've been waiting a long time to see this room.
Come on over here.
Hi.
So, you'll see, of course, Flyboy comes back here. Stephen and Peter come back here, go to the control room. But Flyboy gets chased around by a zombie. And at one point, they come across from each other, okay? So, Flyboy would be over at this side, and in his view, he would see a zombie standing here. George, get over here. We're going to order you around all day. So in that camera view, Flyboy's over there, zombies here. You can see that square structure in the shop beyond the zombie. Same machinery. Say, I'm going to just recreate it, so you're going to have to imagine it. So what you're going to do, George, I'm going to be Flyboy. We see each other, vision locks, and you just walk around the car towards me. And I run out of bullets and run over. So we have to see each other before you start walking. What are you doing? Wait. So this is the scene. So Flyboy comes up. They see each other. Zombie walks around the corner. Click, click. And I'm out of bullets. And then Flyboy runs off towards the back. Ah! Thank you, George. You can go over there. So that Flyboy comes to a stop, and he's got to get some bullets in his gun. Comes by this machinery here. He's standing here. He tries to get some bullets in the gun. Gets one in. The zombie grabs him from behind. He swings around, falls to the ground as the zombie's coming towards him. And he goes click, click, boom. Zombie falls on the ground right here. And he's okay. Thank you, thank you. So of course now, go back down to this doorway here.
Sit right there, buddy. Real quick.
Go back down, up the hallway and wait into the middle of the mall. And as soon as I get everybody through, I'll continue to tour with all of you guys. I just want everybody to get a chance to
Where's Lawrence at? We'll just wait a while and see.
All right, I think everybody's out. Okay, we'll move over here. Everybody come close. I think we got it, right? We didn't lose anybody. So at this very moment in the tour, I always ask for a moment of silence because this spot here is where Roger was buried. Where Peter pours out the liquor for his own. I would have been right here. And of course, during the making of the movie and when it was originally created, this mall had bits of foliage all through the middle of the mall, a couple bridges, fountains and stairs and different things that had been taken out over the years through major renovations. So there was a bit of foliage and sort of a place that they buried Roger right about here. Okay? In the movie again, you'll remember there's a biker with a sombrero. That one was played by Tony Lula, who's an independent filmmaker in Pittsburgh, still is. And of course, he ends up trying to get his blood pressure taken in the blood pressure machine. It's a fact, if you watch the movie closely, that blood pressure machine is in 2 different spots, 2 times he goes to it. First time he goes to the one right here, underneath this escalator. And then behind him, you can see the glass door that led to the ice skating. Ice skating ring right over here. And next to it, Papa Go-Go, a hot dog stand. So you see those things behind him in the shot. But then later on, he tries to take his blood pressure, and the leader says, "Hey man, what are you doing with these people shooting at us?" And he leaves. So then he comes back later. But then if you look at the background of that shot when he takes his blood pressure and gets rid of the part, the background has changed, okay? And it's actually the sort of side of Jason Penn's. So it would have been from that escalator over there. Like I said, ice skating rink. Also in this spot in the movie, again, I know all this because I looked at the background and studied it. You remember seeing the teepee in the middle of the mall. And there is that biker again, played by His sledge. He starts fighting the 2 zombies. One grabs him from behind with a cowboy hat, and then he hits using the sledge on a female zombie in a leotard. She falls right beside the teepee, and that opened right here. Again, where that blood pressure machine goes, you don't see it in the shot. It's not there, but you can match the backgrounds that the teepee was here. So again, a little continuity error, as they say in filmmaking. It doesn't make sense if you pay attention, but a lot of people probably wouldn't even notice. But I have. So let's move over here. Everybody come close. Again, in the film, I don't think I need to keep saying that. You'll see Tom Savini on a motorcycle riding through the mall, okay? That very actual motorcycle he's in the sidecar, that is here in the mall currently. It's owned by the Living Dead Museum. And it's in one of our sort of stores that we have here, and if you go to the after party tonight after the screening, you can go see it in there. It's in the room where the after party is. And sometimes we have Tom Savini here at the show, and he does photo ops in the sidecar, and you could be driving the motorcycle. Well, the reason I mention this motorcycle is because that happens right through here in this corridor. Tom Savini is on the motorcycle. Beside him is the ice skating rink. You see the big glass doors. He rides on the motorcycle sidecar as the zombie's standing there. He twitches the perfect spot. You're the zombie. And he chops the zombie's head off. He's like, woo! Right through here. Happens here. Like I said, this is where the ice skating rink is. We're going to go in for a second. Ice skating rink was. Everybody comes close. So of course, as I just stated, this is exactly where the ice skating rink was in the movie. You'll remember Stephen and Fran do some target practice on mannequins here. One time I was on the tour, and Tom Savini comes walking by and he says, hey Larry, make sure you tell him this. Me and Tasso actually shot real bullets at those dummies, the mannequins here on the ice. So when you see Fran and Stephen doing target practice, they weren't really shooting, but Tom Savini and Tasso's directors actually used real guns in here and shot those mannequins. So I'm like, okay, that's a cool story that probably not a lot of people know. At the time, this was called the Monroeville Ice Palace. It was used in another movie back in the 80s. If you remember the movie Flashdance, there is a scene where she is on the ice skating rink somewhere that was filmed here on this very ice skating rink. And they closed it in 1984, and the last song they played on the ice was What a Feeling, the theme to Flashdance, because it was filmed on the ice. And then when they created another ice skating rink somewhere else, that was the first song they played on the ice there. Also of note, talking about other movies, Kevin Smith's Zack and Miri also filmed in the mall. A couple scenes, if you remember that scene. They also filmed at a storefront that was supposed to be a coffee shop, and that was just about a mile away behind the mall. Now I think it's a Dairy Queen. So if you look at Dairy Queen and just put it in your Google Maps nearby, that's the one that was the coffee shop in Zack and Miri by Kevin Smith. So we're gonna go back to this side. Of course, that bothers me being such a big fan that I am. But I was able to visit it and visit the mall a couple times before it was torn out. And I actually slid down that very escalator that you see them slide down in the movie. Well, Roger does it. And I filmed it, and I did it about 7 times that day. The thing is that when the JCPenney's closed, they were selling some of the fixtures, you know, like the racks and all that kind of stuff, shelves. And I went here during the sale of the fixtures, and they allowed me to do and take whatever I wanted. And I slid down that escalator. I even wore a full SWAT outfit like the guys who Dawn of the Dead did. It's filmed and it's on my YouTube channel called WGON-TV, just like the station in Dawn of the Dead. So look it up. You can see like 5 of my slides that I recorded. It was awesome. I had to do it. I had to get there for that day, otherwise I would never get a chance to do it. I know a lot of people have over the years done that beforehand, but I didn't have a chance, and I made it a point to come up here for one day for like 24 hours because I had work the next day, and I did it. So that was really good, and I'm still upset that the whole JCPenney's is gone, but
Boo to them.
I did what I could, and it was fun. Of course, in the movie you'll remember in JCPenney's, Flyboy meets his demise in the elevator. So JCPenney's here. At the far end of the JCPenney's, and that's where the elevator would have been beside one of the exit doors. That's where he dies and comes back, and then he leads all the zombies up to the hideout where the heroes were staying. A lot of shots take place in the center court here. After the hunt, the zombies are all strewn about the mall on the ground, and the guys pick them up on carts and then cart them away, and they put them in the freezer. You see shots down here of the zombies laying around. You see zombies during the movie going up the escalator, and this is where I do one of my little recreations for you. I do this for you, as you know, there's a zombie played by Clayton Hill. He is the husband, the late husband actually, of Sharon Cotton's character. She's the nurse zombie. The zombie that he plays wears a sweater, sometimes a sweater zombie, or the escalator zombie. Stumble on the escalator with a bunch of other zombies. I'll be back see a shot in the program of Peter by a column, you're going to see this very view right here, standing here. If you can't see, come around. I'm going to speak over here. So see that shot of Peter. So he's got a walkie-talkie. This is the same make and model of walkie-talkie. I am a crazy collector where I collect propolites. That's what people call these. So you get the same model of something you see in a movie. You get a TV or a walkie-talkie or something that you see going to bed. And I collect these things. So it's the same one. So he stands here and you can see and match the pattern on the marble column. You see it?
So he says, with those bay doors open, there's gonna be 1,000 zombies in here. That'll take the heat off us.
And it goes on, but Peter's standing right here. Lauren, Walkie. This is my daughter, she's helping me out. So we're gonna walk over here. So as I stated under the other escalator, okay, I said under this one is where the sombrero wearing biker gets torn apart. Blood pressure machine would have been right here. He sticks his arm in and they have the joke 0/000. You know, it was all built for that joke, you know, and he gets taken away and torn apart right here. And then if you really look and stop the movie and look at the shots, you can match the pattern on this model. Again, there's so much that can be matched up by looking at the patterns on these columns. So we'll walk this way. Don't bite. Not yet. Come close. So a lot of people wonder, okay, hey, where was that restaurant in the movie where Stephen has his failed proposal, you know, to Fran of marriage and she declines, okay? That would have been in a restaurant called the Pomodoro, and that would have been located right here in this empty storefront. It would have happened right in there. Come close. Okay. In the movie, like I said earlier, there were a lot of bridges and bits of foliage to the center part of the mall. And there was a bridge. There were two bridges, in fact. There was one bridge with black rails, sort of square railing in between them. That bridge would have been right here. Right through here, okay? On that very bridge, there's a pond next to it. That's where the zombie falls in and starts playing the change. Right here in the pond. Also on that very bridge is where they have the majority of the scenes with the pie fight at the end of the movie. So anytime, most of the stuff you see is bikers and zombies either on the bridge or running across the bridge. And then at one point there are a bunch of them teasing a zombie, sort of playing with him, and they steal his wallet out of his pocket. That zombie would be right about here, and they're all circling around and messing with him, and they fire a gun near him. It would have been all here. All the pie fight would have been right here on that bridge. But before that, you also remember there's the car that's in the center of the movie. Remember? That car, okay, would have been right here. And remember I said earlier, JCPenney's would have been right there, where H&M is in the movie. So they would have come from the doorway at JCPenney's there, run over here to the car, and the car would have been just in front of the group. So they would have taken the car here, drove it down the hallway, and they blocked off that first set of doors where we started. events. JCPenney's, car, drive down there, high fight here. Then, just beyond, or I should say in front of the bridge, there would have been a bench. And that would have been right about here. It's where the woman, there's an African-American woman in the movie, and the bikers go around and surround her. You see all the pearls and jewels, and they're all ripping off her. That would have been right here on the bench. So bridge, pond, and the bench here. And there would have been next to the pond, a bit of foliage and a rock wall with water streaming down it. There really was running water in it. And that's where you see Steven come around. He's running around, trying to get away from the bikers. He comes around through the foliage, rock wall with running water right here. And he comes up to a bench and he starts firing at the bikers. And he's like, we took it. It's ours. Okay, that would have been right here. So then he gets up from around the bench, and then we're going to go to the spot right here. Look right here. He's standing here with his rifle on the hallway. See that? So he's got his rifle, he's looking down the hallway at the bikers. He said it's scary. It's really awesome. It's great. I started a petition to save it, and we got over 2,000 signatures on that petition, and it made the mall take notice, okay? They were just going to throw it out or give it to fans, and it ended up going to either the Living Dead Museum, which is here now, or it would go to the local Heinz History Center. The mall ended up going with the Heinz History Center, okay? And then, like I said, this is 2015, they said at a special press conference here at the mall, they had zombies bring all the parts into a van and it was driven off to the Heinz History Center. At that press conference, they said, in 3 years, by 2018, we'll have it on display. What year is it now? It's still not on display. They have it in a warehouse or in the basement or somewhere, like the Lost Ark of the Covenant from, Raiders of the Lost Ark, never to be seen again. And the thing is, if they gave it to the Living Dead Museum, it would be on display in the museum and you could see it and walk over it and everything. So that's a shame. Of course, there's a little bit more to the story. I found out later on that they actually had to remove that bridge for current safety regulations for malls over the fear of lawsuits and people falling in and such. It was an open water pond. They either would have had to build giant glass walls around it and it would just look terrible, or just remove the whole thing entirely. and they opted to remove the entire thing entirely. So that was here until 2015. I took pictures on the bridge with my wife. Fans came from all over the country, even back then, took pictures on the bridge. And unfortunately, it's still not on display anymore. Shame. Let's move on over here. I explained at the other end of the mall, of course, that's where the fountain was. And then just next to it, where the empty was, that's where the set of stairs was. And I said there were two sets of stairs. The second set of stairs would have been on this end, right in here. So two sets of stairs on either end of the mall, because there were no escalators at the end. Now, there's the small space, I don't want to interrupt there too much. So we'll stand right here. Now that we're at this end of the mall, center court here is where the clock tower is. That's that clock tower. That was the center court here. This is now known as Monroeville Court because we have the George Monroeville bust in 2000. The bust is right there beside that soda machine. The clock tower was here. And here's a story that really bothers me, being a collector of Dawn of the Dead memorabilia and a big George Romero fan. When I started coming to this mall, I met this gentleman in the control room. He had worked here since the movie was filmed. And he told me this story how he was cleaning out the desk in there one day, and he found something in that desk. He found this bird thing. And if you remember the movie, at the top of the clock tower, there was sort of a bird up there. Cobwebs on it and such, shown in the movie. He found that very bird in a drawer. He didn't think anything of it, and he threw it out. I mean, I would love to have something like that. I know a lot of people here would love to have something like that. So they had removed the clock tower in 1987 because a lot of the animatronics did not work anymore. It actually had, I think, 12 animatronics that would activate once on the hour, and maybe twice a day I heard all 12 would come out at the same time, and they represented all the 12 nationalities of people who live in the Brooklyn area. They stopped working, and in 1987 they took out the clock tower, and that bird remained for whoever knows how long, and it was just thrown out. It's ridiculous. We're going to go up the escalator now. Just want to make sure everybody comes on over here and you can hear and see what I have to say. Is this informative? All right. All right. In the movie, this is where they lock off the second set of doors. Right here. You're going to say, hey, wait a second, if you're paying attention. The first set of doors was downstairs, and the car was downstairs. How did it get up here? That's movie trickery. Most people would not ever come to the Monroeville Mall. That's funny. But they do, and you would not ever know that watching the movie until you put things together. The fact is, it was downstairs, and they actually do drive down this hall with this car. They park it right here. Stevie gets out of the back hatchbacks. Peter comes out of the door. They stand here. And in the shot, you can match the marble column here. In the shot of them standing here. So you see one view of them from this way. You match that marble column. They also match the marble column here with Peter. You see his view. So they stand here, and that's where Peter says, we'll get it all locked up, and we're going on a hunt. Right here. I'm doing all right with the dialogue tonight. Stopping here for a second, because I am thorough. If nothing, I'm thorough. There's also one shot of zombies in the movie. In this section, there will be this view right here. During a scene with zombies and not in the program, unfortunately, I didn't have room for it. You will see a shot of zombies just walking into the pathway here. And the reason I mention that for my thoroughness is because nothing else besides what was filmed there and the shot of zombies here was filmed in this section until we get to the center. So we're going to keep walking until we get to the center, and nothing was filmed up here. And the reason would probably most likely be that some stores did not want to be featured in a movie, and maybe a horror movie, and they wouldn't let their names be shown in the film. And they probably had a bunch up here in this section, and they did not film anything over here at all until we get back to the center. So we're going to walk that way. These are Dawn of the Dead fans. I want to make sure everybody comes up close and can hear what I have to say. FYI. So a lot of people watch the movie and you wonder, hey, what was that arcade? Did they play on the arcade? That would have been right behind me here. At the time or around the time of filming, it was called American Amusements. They would have played all the arcade games in here. Now, I'm trying to leave no stone unturned. And they added on the petition in 2003-2004. So first set of doors in the front part would have been right through here, and then also moving magic. You remember Peter's playing sort of racquetball against the wall. That's on the roof, of course. First shot is up there, then the ball against the wall. Then he grabs his coat and walks away. A ball rolls over the web, right there at the top. Then the next shot you see is at the very back wall of the end store. You see sort of two metal hooks in here, and it goes off the roof. That's on the back. But then when the ball lands, you're going to find the first truck that was parked in front of the mini mall. Bit of movie magic when you put it all together, all different places. Many times over the years, actually, so I've seen it all. Now we're gonna move this way. Oh yeah. Everybody come behind me, and then I'll talk to you and turn around. Come on over here behind me, everybody. I'm gonna turn around and talk to you. Come on behind me. California end credits. And this again was where JCPenney's was, to orient you. Right in there is the movie theater, JCPenney's. The hallway that the heroes come out of, we're going to get to in a second, that's right down there. So if you follow the logic, they would have come through the hallway, run directly through here, past the Brown Derby. Brown Derby would have been right here, and they would run through JCPenney's. Hallway, Brown Derby, JCPenney's. There's also a promotional shot of the heroes after the hunt. I presume that they're wearing their ammo belts and guns and stuff, and they're sitting on a black bench. A couple years ago, for the Dawn of the Dead 45th anniversary, we had photos there with Scott, Galen, and Penn on the bench, and you get to be Flyboy in the Flyboy spot because he wasn't available, and now he's passed, unfortunately. But that bench shot was right there. We did photo ops. The heroes have taken over the mall. After the hunt, they've cleaned it up. They come to the railing, all dressed up in their fur coats and such. That would have been right here. JCPenney's behind them. And that's where Peter has his speech, you know, the famous one. He says, "I'm Peter," and the other heroes are lined up next to me, facing this way. He says, "You know Macumba? Voodoo? My granddad was a priest in Canada. He used to say, it all happened right here." Thank you. And of course, if you've seen that documentary that I mentioned earlier, Document of the Dead, you can see them filming that scene. You can see the heroes lined up, and you see George Romero and the camera people all stationed here with the cameras fixing them. And then again, I've done matchups, and you can match that behind the scenes footage with the patterns on the marble columns here. You can see it. Camera is facing this way, you can match the marble columns. I've done it. I have so many of those that I'm curious about. It's crazy. But it's fun to do. I'm not into sports. I'm not a drinker. I don't do drugs. I smoke little cigarettes. But it's my hobby. A lot of people know that the steps that being sports players and all that kind of stuff. I don't know that stuff. I know about George Romero's films. Everybody come on this side of this line. More people over here, more people over here. More people over here. This is where I do a stunt for you guys, a little recreation. More people come on over here on this side. I can there, Josh. More people come on over here. pull over here in front of us. Come on over here. Just wants to go over here. Okay, if you didn't hear, I'm going to do the stuff. Come on over here. I'm going to run up through here. On this side. Just don't keep this clear. Keep behind the line. Keep behind the line. Come on over here. I'm going to have to take off the microphone for this. I don't want to get rid of it. Come on over here. You can't stay in here. I'm going to run through here. Oh my God. Okay. Keep it clear through here. Move back behind that line, please. Okay. So, move through here and make this clear. All right. You remember, Peter's up here running around, and the bikers are coming after him. Okay. They're coming up the escalators. And then he comes running. I'm doing a stunt for you, so keep this clear. He comes running through here, firing his rifle at the bikers as they're coming up. Boom, boom, boom. And he jumps and rolls as the bikers are coming towards him. He's on the ground right here, starts firing on them, and he shoots one of the bikers, played by Nick Tallow. Flies up in the air and dies. Tom Savini comes running up with Marty Schiff, another biker, and they stand right over by Naturalizer's shoes. Where it used to be, it's closed now. That happened right here. Hope you appreciate that. Let me tell you a quick story about this. One time I was doing the tour, and I saw Tom Savini down the hallway. I had just brought the people here. So he's coming up the hallway from the bathroom, and I time it perfectly. So I do that very stunt just as he comes and stands here. And he's like, everybody just like was laughing hysterically. They loved it. And then another time, I have great stories in this mall. It means something to me. So when it's gone, it's gonna bother me. The first year we did Living Dead Weekend here at the mall, we had, of course, Scott Galen and Ken here, and we had photo ops at this very, end of the hallway because it's the main hero hallway for the movie. So we were lining up to do the photo ops, and we had customers and people going to the photo. And I said to Ken, I was telling him and them about the tours, and I sometimes do stunts. And I had thought about doing the role, but I had never done it before. And I did it right in front of him, and Ken said, "Better you than me with my knees." So that was hysterical. The first time I ever did that role stunt, right in front of Ken.
One more time.
No! So this is that very hero hallway. They come from the back areas of the mall, come up through here, stand here. When the hunt is about to happen, they got the ammo belts, they got their guns and stuff. They stand here and look into the mall, look at each other, and they start to go in there and kill all the zombies. Of course, earlier in the movie, when Peter and Roger go down into the mall, they come and look around the corner. Roger is right here. Peter's next to him. He says, we're back in the drive-thru. Peter says, I'm game. Roger says, I need lighter. Peter says, you got it. It would have happened right here. Again, I nailed it, I think. Let's move down the hallway. Let me get my I've done these tours quite a few times over the years now. Let me get in the center here. Don't go too far, Eric. Let me just stop guys at a certain point. Okay, don't go any further than here. Okay, everybody line the sides of the hallway. I'm going to do another reenactment for you. When Fly Boy returns. Everybody line the wall. Line the wall.
I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're taking good shots. These new cameras are nice.
So, I'm going to come around the corner and act like I'm Fly Boy in my back. This is that same hallway. good, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
No. All right, actually, everybody, like, come over this way. I'll tell you where to stop. I'd say stop right about here. Everybody come in up here. Come close. Come around and just keep right over here. Come around. Come close down here. Everybody come down here so you can see what I'm going to show you.
You want to go show her the hallway, I'll hold her
Can you hold the middle of
Bring more.
Come on.
Do it for large tours.
2017. So our first show here in the mall. So of course, I just showed you where Peter is rolled. Tom's me coming after him. Peter gets up, runs down the hallway, and he goes and runs up the ladder into the ceiling, which would be right around here. Tom's me goes going down. He's got his sword and he sticks it in there as he goes to the grating. I see you! So of course then, if you're following things, this is that main hallway. This right here is the doorway that leads to the back hallways that lead to the control room stuff. They had actually built a fake wall here to cover it up so bikers and groups would come and they would not, put their doors here and have to get back there. So Flyboy comes back, he leads the zombies with him, and he goes right at the doorway, this fake wall, and he starts to claw at it and bite at it, and they pull down the fake wall, and they all stream through the back hallway. And we're all going to go through this back hallway, because as we can explain idiots. Before we go though, don't go. One more point I wanted to make. Hope you guys can see. During the filming of the movie, they had a sort of a gathering room, which was right in here. This was the community room of the mall at the time of filming. So all zombies would be made up in there with their makeups. Actors would rest in there. Zombies would rest in there between takes and shots and such. And then if you see some of the footage that's out there from behind the scenes, George Romero actually had his birthday on the set, February 4th, while they were still filming. It was near the end of filming. And they had a birthday cake for him in the community room that was right there. So now let me get in the front here. We're all going to go through this hallway. This is the hallway that's supposed to lead to the control room, and that's where they're hiding.
They look like a bunch of zombies trying to get in.
Gotta get this hallway.
Crazy part is, COVID happened and we didn't have the show that year. Then we returned in 2021, and I still did the tours that year with all those people coming even through these back hallways. And I didn't even get COVID. I've never had it. I'm one of the lucky few. Maybe my blood or genetics, whatever. I had people coming through these hallways, and I had no fear. I did the tours. Just a little weird note. So I stopped here because I have to explain something. Follow that logic. They're at the upstairs. They go to the control room. Then they come through the hallway, into the mall hallway, so on and so forth. But me being the fanatic, I want to figure these things out. I come back here looking, okay. They come out of a cubby hole, a doorway. Which one would that be? And if you look at the movie, you can see when Roger and Peter come out, You see some of those sort of telephone boxes or whatnot, those sort of boxes in the distance on the wall, electronic stuff. They have to be a certain distance from the hallway that they come out of, the doorway. When I go down and I see there's a doorway way over there, and they're way too far away. It doesn't make sense. So then, one day I look, and I notice here, you can see there was a doorway here at one point, and they filled it in. The sheetrock was never even painted again. And then to further illustrate that this is the spot that they came out of, when Stephen comes through that same doorway, you see written on the wall, B, B, and B. And I looked on the old directory, what store would have been here, and it was Bailey, Brooks, and Biddle or something. And that proved, okay, Bailey, Brooks, and Biddle was here, and you see it written on the wall. They just filled it in and changed this and closed it at some point. So they would have come through here, and they would have deposited the Hare Krishna's body down here, and then gone into the mall for the movie. Pretty cool, right? I hope. All right, move down there, and as soon as I get everybody through this little hallway, we're going to head down to the stairway to their hideout. So just wait out there at the end of the outside the doorway.
So we're all going to have this way. We're doing good on time, so anybody has a ticket to the Return of the Living Dead screening, you're going to be good.
All right, everybody. In case you didn't know, there are a few tributaries to Dawn of the Dead and George Romero here in the mall. Now, two or three back. Well, here's the oldest one. It's been here, I don't actually know when they put this up, but it's been here a long time.
Been here since 04.
04 at least. So it's got these pictures, home of the original Dawn of the Dead. There were originally 4 of them. And at some point, somebody stole one, and you can even see the holes in the wall where the 4th one was. I've never seen it turn up on eBay or anything. I don't know who has it, but somebody stole one of the pictures from this wall.
What picture was it?
I don't even know. I never saw it. So now we're going to go through a series of hallways through this doorway, and I'm going to take you to the stairs to their hideout. Now we're all going to go up the stairs, go all the way to the top. I'm going to speak at the top. Exit through that doorway, the second one there. So you can come in the sides, in the center here. Come on up. Everybody has to be able to see what I have to explain. Make sure you can see. Come on up so you can see me. I have to explain some things. So, I'm going to say, hey, Larry, we've seen the movie. If this is that stairway that leads to the hideout, shouldn't there be a door right here? You are correct. Well, here's the story. Yes, I'm going to mention that. You're noticing. So years ago, I came here. I became friends with Kevin Price and Mandy Raymond, who run the museum. And we decided one day, under the guise of taking out trash, we're going to go back through all the back hallways and stairways looking for this spot. That day we looked for 2 hours, I should say. We couldn't find it. So on another trip I come up. And me and Mandy ended up going to the control room where we were there earlier. And there's a gentleman named Bob who worked there. He had worked here since the movie was filmed here. We said to him, hey, do you happen to know where that set of stairs is? Leads to the hero's hideout in the movie. He's like, yeah. Want me to take you? We're like, yeah, please. So he takes us down that main hallway that you see in the movie into the Army recruiting station. That's right in here. We come in here. I'm like, okay, I know the door's got to be here, but I know certain things have to match. Of course, the colors should match, but they could have been changed. But if you pay attention to the movie, at the very bottom where we came in, the door has to open like this. When Flyboy comes back as a zombie, you see the door open like that. He comes up. So none of those other places had that feature either, the door at the bottom. I go down here once I'm in here. I look at the bottom, it matches. The door goes like that. I'm like, okay. So we said to Bob, what happened to the door? There was supposed to be a door here. He said, well, at one point, back then actually, this led into the main mall offices. Okay? And at some point, they moved those main mall offices elsewhere. And they made this a leased space. And they moved the doorway into the lobby of the leased space. They didn't want to go into the center of it for some reason or whatever. And then you can tell further if you look at the wall here. All the rest of the room, the concrete blocks are uniform. Here, there is a line where the square of a door was. They do not match here. So this is it. Of course, this supposedly led to their hideout in the movie. That was actually a set built in a warehouse or an office building in downtown Pittsburgh. Their hideout was not actually in the mall or beyond this doorway. So in the movie, you'll remember the guys go down to the mall, they do their thing, Steven's asleep. He wakes up and he wants to go help them. So he comes running out, goes down the stairs, and Franny comes to the railing and she says, Steven! For God's sakes, let's get up to the roof. He's standing right there where you are and says, we can't leave those guys down there. That happened right here. Of course, if you're following along in the program, on the back, you'll see a shot of Peter in the corner. Sir, if you can move forward a little bit, Peter is actually standing right there, and you can match the wall bricks colors and the indentation in between the bricks. Standing right there. Of course, Fran comes running down. He blocks her right here. She's about to freak out. She knows she's probably lost her husband, or her man. It happens right here. This is it. You want to take some photos? Go ahead. But you're going to exit out through this doorway right here.
Does everybody like making doing an imitation of Peter? I love doing the lines like him. Okay, everybody's out.
Told me he was a midget for it. He needed someone to look up to.
I love it. So, like I said earlier, we were down below. At the end of the movie, you know, the bikers come to the mall. They come down that very road there. They all come streaming down that slanted uphill road. They come down, come around, and they ride all around down here where we started. That's the road. And you can even see those buildings are the same building in the same place. Yeah. That's it. Of course, I explained earlier. All through the movie, you see lots of zombies out in the parking lot. Most of the shots would have taken place out here. And then some out here when they were bringing the trucks in. All out here.
Trucks are coming.
All right, come close. So, right up here. Just about all the stuff that happens on the roof in the movie would have happened right up over here. The
helicopter landing pad would have been right beside this square structure of the building, right in front of it. Where I'm pointing. Of course, in the movie, Franny is sort of up there, covering the guys as they park across the entrances with a rifle shooting zombies. She would have walked up right in front of that square structure, the blue one, to the edge, and she would have been firing at the zombies. Right there. The enclosure that they go into on the roof, into their hideout in the mall, would have been right beside that this blue structure again, in front of it over here, right beyond that sort of turbine thing, that metal thing right there, the round thing. The enclosure would have been there, and it would not have led to anything. It was fake. It just had to match the skylight that was in the downtown Pittsburgh hospital underneath the set. So it did not lead to anything. There is a hatch there that leads into the mall stairways and such, but it's not, it doesn't have any kind of enclosure. Of course, at the end, like I said, helicopter landing pads right here. Franny and Peter lift off in the helicopter. They spin around and they go out into the distance this way. That is the end of the movie, and that is the end of the tour.
Hit the gong. And here we have Phantom of the Opera. Troy Hildebrand, the shoe zombie.
I'm ready for the big party.
What year is this? 100 years ago, that was shot.
1925, I think. So he's getting all the details in there.
Guys, you know, we got kicked out of our space early today, so we had to improvise here. We're doing it right in the middle of the historic Monroeville Mall. Oh yeah. Bust out a little makeup work, fix them up, get them ready for this big VIP party. Oh yeah, it's gonna be popular with the ladies, just like it was last year. Oh yeah, this is an encore. This is an encore cosplay, if you will, because last year it was very popular.
Awesome.
And the ladies flocked to it.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Very good.
Appreciate the guy who talks.
Now 2 years ago,
The extra effort.
2 years ago was Hunchback of Notre Dame. That went over good, so we tried this twice now.
Yeah, I don't care what that Christine's doing.
Yeah. Very good brushwork here, Mike.
Screw that Raoul. This is number 7.
Now maybe we might have to go for London After Midnight a little year or two early.
Oh, okay. That's the film they can't find. Right? London After Midnight, they never found that film, didn't they? Yeah.
He's been researching this. You know. He really likes his Lon Chaney, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, about as much as Titanic. People come up to me and say, when did Titanic sink? Oh, April 14th, 11:40 p.m. She hits that iceberg. About 2.5 hours later the next day, she went down about 1,500 people. Okay, so now we say, all right, we switch to Lon Chaney. Okay, when was that film? It was 1925.
Well, I'm gonna have to get going here, though. Okay.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to get. Well, it was nice seeing you get your paint job done. I'm gonna have to get going, though. Okay.
All right, brother.
Hey. See you around, man.
All right, dude.
Fireworks. I hope there's a fighting chance for this mall. Well, I got that scratched off my bucket list. I finally saw the tour. And man, that was awesome. Well, you remember, hurry and do your shopping, but not at Walmart. Meantime, well, it was a fun time. I'm looking forward to next year's big event. Time to go home and put on some Dawn to Dead. Well, happy Living Dead weekend and happy Halloween.